how it sucks to be European. Welcome back to Podcast the Hero.
It does suck to be European.
You got myself, dude.
I clicked the view all button on the Canadian merch site, and it didn't really do anything. So
Yeah, it probably just goes to shit happens.
It probably just, there's just no Canadian merch. It's just 2 shirts and a hat, and that's it. I'm kidding. There's a lot more.
Fuck yeah.
There's a patch. You could buy a patch.
I
You
would
could buy
never.
an enamel pin.
Dude, I bought a battle jacket, or what I bought for like the intention of having a battle jacket years ago now, and like all bunch of fucking patches and stuff from Interpunk. And I just like, I'm not gonna sew those on there. What the fuck was I thinking? I don't know. I don't know how to
I don't
sew.
have time for that.
You know? Like, so I just got like a sleeveless vest, denim vest in my closet with a bunch of patches and buttons in the pockets. Cool, huh?
You need to get a tailor.
No, I got a Gibson.
No.
I got a Takamine.
The dude from Taylor's making electric guitars now.
Taylor Swift's not coming to Canada.
No.
One of our MPs is trying to sue her for it.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're a serious country.
This episode, we're doing a little bit of a mailbag.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to break down a song. We're going back in time.
A long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Now, if you've read the title of this episode, chances are you know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. But if you haven't read the title, it's a complete surprise. So
That's a commonality in almost all podcasts.
yeah.
It makes me a little cuckoo bananas because, like, everybody, including us, like, you just, like, go second nature to, like, I'm going to introduce this thing like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And there's even, to get even more stupid and meta about this thing, there's, like, almost every podcast that does it, which is every podcast, has a moment where they acknowledge that the listener already knows what they're getting into because they viewed the title.
Right.
We're just fucking repeating it all.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the song Hair Trigger.
Which is clearly
A surprise!
If you don't know, it's a song that no one's ever heard.
That's true. That's true.
Crazy MF. I don't know what MF stands for.
Oh, we're jumping right into Discord questions.
Yeah, I'm asking you some questions.
All right, let's get them.
Oh, no, it's Crazy MF.
Mm-hmm.
Said, many years ago,
Uh-oh.
I traversed many miles
Oh, my God.
to the city of San Francisco.
Ew.
My intent was to see PTH perform in concert at Notorious
Slims. Gotta be, baby. Love Slims.
This would have been my first PTH concert. Upon my arrival, I became disillusioned by the signs on the doors that read, PTH will not be performing tonight. My heart missed a beat. I was devastated. I went into the show haphazardly to see Seamless perform, then The Sword. I didn't have the strength to stay and watch the headliner, which was Trivium. I left that night swearing off PTH, telling myself I'd never listen to you again. Then Fortress came out, and the rest is history. My question is simply, what happened?
We got caught with drugs. Dead serious. We got caught with, like, I think it was 0.05 of a gram of marijuana in one of our backpacks. It was Luke's. It was literally, it was
in one of our backpacks. It was Luke's.
It was like it was an empty fucking bag of
Just
weed.
had a little bit of shake in it.
I don't even know if it had that, but it's just like they found the bag and they were like, this was obviously marijuana at one point, and they fucking like booked us for a while. It came out kind of interesting. Like, I forget how it happened exactly, but they let Luke in. They made him pay like $500 or some shit like that. And then we went back out, like, because this was in Niagara Falls, that crossing there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Into New York. And then we went back out to play the Vancouver show. And then we came back in, and they were like, whoa, one of you guys has a red flag here. Right? And we were like, what the fuck? We waited like all night, and eventually we went in. Truk was sitting there like asleep on the bench in front of the place, and we were like, what's going on here? Can we get some kind of update? And they were like, oh, you guys can go, but your buddy's not going anywhere. Oh. Right? So we were like, And then Luke was like, whatever, man, I'm fucking going home, I guess. And we went that night. We drove into Seattle, and we met up with the dudes from Fall of Troy because they're in Seattle. We hung out with them for a while. And, like, this is cool, actually. While we were hanging out with them, like, I think we were talking to Thomas, being like, yo, do you think you could do this? And he was like, fuck you, I'm busy. And I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, the dude from Strung Out, Jake... sent us a MySpace message, and all the while we're just like kind of fucking sitting on our thumbs being like, we don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. Missing shows like Slims.
Yeah.
Being like, we don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. Like, we just lost our like main guitar player. No disrespect to Tim, but Luke plays the fucking leads for the most part. And I remembered, I was like, yo, Jake from Strung Out sent us a MySpace message a while ago. And he was like, he said he liked Keziah a lot, so maybe we could reach out to him and see if maybe he knows
to know
some
all
of
the
those songs. And I reached out to him, like, I don't think I even responded to his initial message when he sent it to the MySpace. I just went, whoa, holy fuck, Strung Out, dude. And then just like didn't respond out of nervousness. But then, so I wrote him a message, and he was like, yo, come down to our shit. I don't even remember where it was. It was in like California somewhere. So we drove to him, went to their practice space. Like, a bunch of the dudes from Strung Out were there. Like, their drummer, I think his name is Jordan. He was there, one of the dudes. And like, we just like rehearsed like 5 or 6 songs, and we finished the tour with, Jake played 4 or 5 shows, the like California run, and maybe some other ones. And we covered Propaganda, Fuck the Border, which like is not the actual purpose of the song, but was contextually worked.
Very important.
But it was sick as fuck. Like, we played a Propaganda cover with one of the guitarists from Strung Out filling in. And then we met up with Luke again in Germany a few weeks later.
Germany was like, yeah, fine. No problem. Come on.
They didn't try to cross into Germany with weed, so they didn't give a fuck. But yeah, it was weird. Like, I remember, we left that tour and we went straight into a European tour, and just like didn't see Luke from that weird little cross in Seattle until we fucking saw him again in Germany, in Frankfurt. Just been like, this is fucking wild.
Did you guys hug? Did you hug a lot?
We did hug. That was the weirdest thing. Just being like, freaking
missed you, man.
Missed you, dude.
Your face looks weird. What's wrong? What happened?
We had a cool experience, but would have been cooler if we could have just played our whole set. And Trivium were like super understanding of our situation. Like, we obviously had to cut our set way down, and we missed a couple shows, and they were fucking awesome about it.
Rob the Anti-Human says, I feel like I had the same situation happen in Seattle. It might have been the same tour. It was.
It for sure was. Sure was.
So,
I mean, maybe.
The J-Bear says,
ooh,
the song Mist came on, and I thought, what an experience that show must have been. Have you ever been back to Newfoundland? And if so, did you get to play the song for them?
Yeah.
Isn't that that's like the whole video, the Mist video, right? It's like coming back.
Yeah. That is, those moments are included in that video. I think the first time we played it might have been at the CLB Armory, which is where the whole instance that the song talks about took place. But we did a whole, for that video, we toured across Newfoundland. Like, you remember we were talking to Sandra. We played places in Newfoundland that we had no business being. We got lost in a submarine 300 kilometers off the coast of St. John's.
That's not true.
No?
No, that
Someone
wasn't you
did.
guys.
Someone did.
That's a bunch of millionaires.
We went to a Blink-182 show while it was happening, though, and asked an adult entertainer to sit on our faces. We did that. That was us.
That wasn't you either.
That wasn't us?
No. But I'm glad to know that you keep up on current events.
That's interesting. I know.
Oh, God, it's terrifying.
I like it. Eat the rich or put them in a submarine and have them slowly suffocate. Human misery gives me joy.
All right, here's one from Silly Squire.
Oh.
Question for Rody and Fritz. I get a question.
No.
Okay, I won't answer it.
Well, no.
Quick.
Yeah, you don't.
An evil intergalactic donut monster from the distant planet Cruller 4 has descended...
Cruller 4, please.
Cruller.
How are you? Why is that how you
It's a
pronounce the
cruller.
word cruller?
Yeah, Cruller. It's a Cruller.
Cruller.
Cruller, like
Cruller,
Krull.
like Sally Cruller.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's
Sally.
crueler. Like nothing could be more crueler than the way you were taught to pronounce cruller.
It's a Cruller.
Your parents played a cruel trick on you and they taught you to pronounce that word wrong.
Have descended upon us. Hey, he says, you must give to me 3 of your so-called Timbit flavors for good. Which 3 of the Timbits are you willing to sacrifice to spare yourselves? So you gotta pick 3 Timbits flavors.
There's not that many Timbit flavors, though.
No.
So we'd obviously give them the plain one, super fast. No.
That's 100% my favorite one.
Oh, my gosh. What about the honey dip one?
Yeah,
that's
honey
like,
dip can go.
That's like everybody's favorite. Like I'm cool
honey
with
dip can...
I'm cool with piecing that. I think it's boring.
Yep, me too.
I
could give up the birthday cake.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I really like the one that's I don't even know how to describe it. It's based on the like sour cream glazed donut.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
so
that one's fantastic. That's
that one
number 2 on my list.
Why don't we just pick 3 donuts that stay? So, did you say?
I like plain cake, original plain donut.
Okay, we'll save the plain one, and I'm sure the world will rejoice. We'll save.
What else are you supposed to dip in your coffee?
Your fucking tip of your dick. Is that the look on your face?
Sour cream glaze.
Sour cream glaze, and we save the chocolate.
Okay, that's it.
It's fucking
Everything
easy.
else can go.
Yeah. They make that powder one with the jelly inside.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good one.
Powdered jelly is good. Powdered jelly is far superior to glazed jelly.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had glazed jelly.
You can take the Boston cream.
They don't make a Boston cream Timbit.
Oh, not a Timbit, but a Boston cream donut.
Yeah, it gives me diarrhea.
Yeah, Jenny likes the vanilla cream donut. She
It gives me
likes
diarrhea.
The vanilla dip.
Yeah,
The one that's got all the sprinkles.
of course. That's just the sprinkle donut.
Yeah. And I like the apple fritter.
Oh yeah, apple fritzer,
Yeah.
wolf fritzer.
Yeah. They don't do bear claws at Tim's.
No,
It's weird. I like a bear.
it's just an apple fritter though, isn't it? With no
No,
apple.
it's a bear claw is a almond pastry. It's got
Get
like
outta
an almond
here.
paste in the middle and little almond slivers baked on the top of it. It's very
Next question.
Found the last episode about the writing process super intriguing. This is from Codosaurus.
Oh, Codosaurus Rex.
To follow up on the pod for Rody, does the band send you basically the finalized track list and you write tunes to those, or do you get sent songs to write lyrics to that don't end up on the album? I know a lot of bands that will write 20 or 30 songs would only have 12 tracks on the record.
No, we release everything we write for the most part in some capacity. For most of our records, we've written 10 songs and released 10 songs. For Scurrilous, which is what we will tackle today, I think we wrote 11 and we didn't release that 11th song until later, and it was released as To Porter with Love.
Yeah.
which Porter is the beloved studio dog, who actually can be heard on that record. And
there's the two from Palimpsest.
Two from Palimpsest. We released them. Yeah. And we released everything we wrote for Volition.
Yeah, I feel like especially with your guys, the way you guys write and the way that the songs are composed, that it's like it takes so much time to do one song that you can't be like, let's toss this one out and
it would be an enormous waste of everyone's time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'd do. Do you sometimes just get the guitar profiles first?
Yes, and just like start writing to MIDI.
Yeah. Volition was written almost entirely to MIDI. And the stuff that we're doing right now, they figured out some weird way where they're taking the MIDI and they're running it through some software and then running it through fucking, what's the guitar thing?
The Quad Cortex.
Yeah, running it through Neural DSP. And it's like, it's the best sounding MIDI ever. It's like, it sounds too in tune almost, but like, it almost sounds like guitar. That fucking technology is coming where you're going to be able to program guitars.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It does?
I mean, I'm going to put out cool
Yeah, you're going to put out all kinds of shit.
But yeah, everything sucks.
I can't do
Future
anything.
is bleak.
I can't even program anything.
You will.
I can't, though. I'm too old.
Yeah, me too.
This technology it's a young man's game.
It's for the birds.
It's for people who are in their mid to late 30s.
You're so old, Fritzy. You old fuddy duddy.
Watermark Missing wants to know
I love
when
Watermark
you're writing
Missing.
lyrics. He takes great pictures.
He does
right?
take great pictures. Fantastic.
Do you like when you write lyrics? You just kind of always writing, or are you like, I'm going to sit down for an hour, put on headphones, and just do this one track? And
a combination of both, right? Like I'm always writing something, doesn't typically get used. The stuff that I'm writing in that capacity, I usually have to sit down with the intention of writing something to use it. And that's sort of where I live while I'm writing.
Yeah. How many lines, hooks, melodies have originated in the shower?
Some for sure.
Okay, good.
I can say 100% the chorus of Skies, lyrics and melody in the shower.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I sing in the shower a lot.
Yeah.
It's mostly about my dog, but...
Yeah, mostly you're going, oh, that feels so good.
I love a hot shower.
Oh, that feels nice with a finger in my penis hole.
That is not something that I do.
You're sounding it out.
I do. Yeah, it's filler words.
Yeah.
Just, you got to make the melody and you got to make the... Do you have like a set of like fill words or sounds that you do when you're trying to do like a melody?
No, I figure the words out usually along with it. Like I can figure out a melody and be like, "Oh, that would be really cool to do that." But as soon as I got the words, the melody's gonna end up changing.
Yeah. Merg says Rody is for this Rody. This question is for Fritz. Rody, what are you drinking these days? I can't.
That's for you.
Hot butter.
Ah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Like just a nice glass of hot, wet butter.
Yeah. It's summertime. I'm drinking Coronas, Coors Lights, and fucking when the sun goes down, I drink Crown Royal and Diet Coke. So that's
you're not a shandy guy? You don't like a shandy?
What's that? That's where you put beer and lemonade?
Beer and lemonade?
No.
It's refreshing.
I bet it is. But you know what? Put me on a fucking dock in the sunshine, put a lime in my Corona.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'll pretend I like the fucking Tragically Hip, dude. I don't care.
What about like a mule of some kind?
Yeah, I like mules. Especially the one that led the three wise men to Jesus.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That was one of the best mules in history, for sure. But second would probably be like a spicy sriracha mule from KB's in my town.
Spicy sriracha?
Yeah.
You put sriracha in?
They
Is
make
it
it
vodka
spicy.
based?
Yes.
Oh, see, I like mine with bourbon.
Yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. Bourbon and ginger beer?
Mm-hmm. It's a Kentucky mule.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense why you'd call it that.
Yeah, it's real good. And they stay cold forever.
You put them in a copper
In
mug?
one of those copper mugs.
You know,
Crushed ice.
The copper mug that I use, I acquired from a club in Florida. I was with Jake from August Burns Red, and the club owner wanted to talk to him about like putting a venue in there, and I don't know, Jake fucking doesn't really know or care about that kind of stuff, but the guy was like, oh, Grammy nominated band, and he was just like ignoring the shit out of me, which was totally cool. But we had fucking Moscow mules, and we were drinking them out of these like heavy ass copper mugs. It was real nice. When I finished mine, I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah.
And I started sticking it in my pocket, but it's big.
Yeah.
It caused a bit of a scene. And the owner just like looked down at me while I was doing it. And then Jake looked down.
Are you robbing me right now?
Yeah. Jake looked down because he saw the owner looking down while he was talking to him. And then he looked up at the owner and he was like, my friend here seems to have decided that he's going to take your mug. And you know what? I think I'm going to do the same. And the guy was like, oh, yeah. No, that's cool, man. Do you guys want some more for like the bus or something? And Jake was like, no, the two will be fine. Thank you very much.
I have a very similar yet different experience with my wife, and then another sort of one with my mom. When we go to restaurants, my mom's always trying to take the menus and stick them in her purse.
Okay.
Like, and we're not talking like paper menus. We're talking about like the nice
laminated,
nice menus.
Yeah, your mom's a kleptomaniac.
Yeah. And
like,
Jenny,
straight out.
She, whenever we're at a restaurant, is always looking at the bottom of plates and dishes to see if they're Fiesta ware. And then I have to tell her,
she loves Fiesta ware. I know this.
Take that. You can't steal the dishes from the restaurant.
Maybe
I
you
know
can.
it's Fiesta ware and you like Fiesta ware. If you would like this piece, let me know. I'll try and buy one for you. But please don't rob these poor people who are just trying to make a living.
I steal.
Yeah.
Okay, from restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially glassware, like
big dine and dasher over there.
I would never dine and dash. I'm not trying to fuck over waiters or waitresses or anyone like that. But if I like, my favorite cup in the world is this pint glass from Red Lobster. It's like got this. It's like a what's that beer?
It's
that
a pint glass with a lobster on it.
Well, yeah, but it's shaped nice.
Oh yeah.
But what's that beer that you guys have down there? Sam Adams.
Yeah.
It's like a Sam Adams special Red Lobster glass, and I loved it, dude. And I took it, and I took others, but I smashed them all. If I don't give me a glass I like, dude, I'll take it.
There's this bar up in northern Michigan that you go in.
There's a couple.
Yeah, and you buy. It's in the basement of this hotel.
Ew.
And you buy your beer mug, like a big glass heavy. It's not a Stein because it's not really metal.
Yeah, it's just
right,
big fucking
but it's just a
glass,
big glass honking beer mug.
Yeah, I know that.
And then when you're done at the end of the night, you can fill out this thing, and they will have it like etched with your name on it, and then they hang it up on a hook in the bar. And next time you come in, you just tell them who you are, and they get you your mug down, and you get to use your mug every time you go there.
I fucking love that.
The whole place is just covered in mugs.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Sounds
cool.
fucking annoying for the staff, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I'm buying that mug, I'm taking it home.
Nah, I'm leaving it.
Nah.
I don't need a mug.
I do.
We're going to talk about hair trigger. See,
Can
this would be the perfect spot for like a commercial from maybe
let's
like
do a
one
commercial.
of our sponsors.
This episode of Podcast the Hero is brought to you by Apple iPhones, Apple iPhone Vision. It's the future. You don't look them in the eye though, because then you might know something's wrong.
Apple, DM me for my address of where you can send me my free iPhone. Thank you.
Well, let me show you something kind of interesting.
Okay.
So when we wrote Keziah, we had this big fucking Bristol board that we would pin all the lyrics on. Arf would come with the sets of lyrics, and he pinned them up all in order, and we were writing the songs sort of out of order, but like we just like would pick them off, and it was all like laid out in the three sort of chapters and the finale. I found the original fucking lyrics to Turn Soonest to the Sea.
You did?
Isn't that weird? This is how he would do it. He would just like print them off in a new text document.
Oh, look at that.
If you can see this.
Yeah, look at that.
New text document. And then we would fold it up nicely like this and pin it on the Bristol board. And for some reason, this is the only one that remains.
Where
Isn't
are the
that
rest
cool?
of them?
This one came off the Bristol board because I needed it to write like a weird little acoustic thing that I used to perform. And the rest of them are all fucking in the garbage.
Fucking lucky garbage.
Isn't this weird?
That's fantastic. It's always fun to find stuff, right?
Yeah.
I assume, well, I know. Well, now I don't know. In your old house,
Yes.
there was a room. It was kind of a closet
Mm-hmm.
that had all kinds of stuff in boxes. You had
Oh, yeah.
cassette tapes and all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you took us in there once on a Twitch thing.
Yeah, that room is just over here now. There's
But
still
did you move everything
Yeah.
into that
It's all
room?
here. It's all here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a lot of it went in the garbage, but
Yeah.
a lot of it was garbage. So we're going to talk about the second track off this record.
Look, it's a picture.
Arf's grandfather drew this picture, painted this picture.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's really great.
And this one.
Wait a minute, why are there two?
I don't know.
Is one in the front and one in the back?
No. The back's like this.
What's the back of the other one look like?
Like this.
There's too much. You can only have one art. Stop
No.
having so much arts.
They're the same arts. They're just a little
They're
different.
very different, though.
Arf's grandfather's name was Jafar Petgar.
Well, he was a very talented man.
Yes, he was. Arf always had this picture hanging in his house, and we used to practice at Arf's house a lot. So when it came time to do this record, Arf said, "What do you guys think about the title Scurrilous?" And we were like, "What the fuck is scurrilous?" And then he was like, "Do you remember that picture that always hung in my house of the woman with the very long tongue that turned into a spider, and the animals or the creatures of the forest ran away?" And said, "Yeah, of course." And he said, "That's called Scurrilous. My grandfather painted it, and I'd love to use it as art." And that's what we did. It was the fucking easiest artwork we've ever come up with.
It's wonderful.
We didn't have to commission anything, yeah. And it sort of continues the memory of Arf's grandfather.
Yeah. Meaningful piece of your history, right? Versus, I mean, not to say anything bad about like other art or other album covers or whatever.
If you're going to speak ill of art, please do so of Keziah.
Oh, why?
Meaningless.
Is it?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
It's a
People seem to like it.
It's a dollar store flower that a guy set on fire and took a picture of. I know people have it tattooed and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and that they do like that artwork, but that artwork was very annoying to us. A man claimed that he understood the concept, and then when we had no time left to do the art, he showed us that stuff.
And you were like, oh.
Oh, fuck. The proposed fucking cover for Keziah was the baby head. And we went through all the pictures that were taken, and we went, this flower is the least bad. He literally took stuff from the dollar store, set it on fire, and took pictures of it.
Okay.
I
Well, this record is I think misaligned, I think sometimes.
Misaligned.
Misaligned.
Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Me neither. That kind of sounds like a double negative of sorts.
Yeah, right.
Like people have maligned it, which is a negative thing, but they've mismaligned it, which is
right.
They're wrong to like it if they do.
No, it's
that what you're saying?
they are wrong to not like it. People are wrong to not like this record.
Yes.
Because it is a very, very good record.
Oh, thank you, Fritzy. It's perfect to have you co-host this because you can say these things that I cannot.
Oh, well, I know you think it's good.
I do. I like it.
Yeah. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My big problem with this record is the same as a lot of people's problem with the record. And I think we'll talk about this in several places about Hair Trigger.
Yeah.
I hadn't written lyrics since I was a fucking child. The last thing I wrote lyrics for was a song called Soft Targets Dig Softer Graves on a record that came out in like 2002. So this coming out in like, I want to say this came out in 2011.
Something like that, probably.
So it had been a very long time since I'd written lyrics, and I had grown up quite a bit. But still, when I listen to this record, there are spots on it that I go, had I written that now, I would have probably expressed myself differently.
Sure. But we all grow, right? As people? Yeah. Obviously, you were in very much like a cartoon phase at the time, because this song is clearly about Jessica Rabbit. You seem like the kind of guy that would fall in love with a sort of cartoon femme fatale. So tell us, like, what about Jessica Rabbit?
Her hourglass figure.
Oh.
And her love for silly men.
Oh, there you go.
I figured I'm very much a Roger Rabbit of types. But
yeah, I figured it was either that or like you had been watching like American Pie and you were like, Allison Hannigan's quirky.
No, it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was like, Allison Hannigan is quirky.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
See, being a ginger myself.
No, you're not, are you? Where?
All of this mustache is all red. It's all
No.
red. It looks a little bit brown, but it's red.
I'm ginger. I'm ginger too, Fritzy.
I'm ginger.
You're lying to me.
I'm a ginger. Go,
you sweet little redhead.
go look at the baby picture I left in your house.
Isn't that something?
So I connect with this song very much as a ginger. No soul, all those things. No. What is a metaphor?
You know what? I don't know. Yeah, so obviously this song is about cigarettes, man, and smoking. And I've always loved smoking. I come by it, honestly. I hate smoking. I love smoking.
Yes.
I don't smoke. I still enjoy a cigar here and there. But this song I was still smoking when we were doing this, and I wanted very badly to quit.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I loved it. The very first line, like I thought it was funny. Like, it's not supposed to be like this deadly, deadly serious. Like, I have an addiction that I'm attempting to overcome. Certainly, there are parts throughout it that are extremely hyperbolic.
Right.
But I definitely loved the like personification of the cigarette as this like love-hate relationship, and it was just supposed to be kind of funny and quirky. And the initial idea actually struck me. I was in, what's that venue in Worcester? Palladium, I think it's called.
Yeah, probably. I've been to all the venues in Massachusetts, so.
Yeah, I assumed as much. I believe it's Palladium. Is it? Yeah. But whatever. I was sitting there with Stu Ross. Stu Ross plays in Misery Signals, Comeback Kid, Youth Decay, Living with Lions. He's basically anything good that's ever come out of Canada. If Stu Ross isn't in it, it's not good. But I was sitting there with him. We were drinking beers and smoking cigarettes in the like big room after the show was done. And when he went to light his cigarette, he went, "You know what? Accompanies a brunette very well as a redhead," or something to that degree. It's not verbatim, but he compared them to ladies. And that like immediately just like stuck in my mind. And that sort of like precipitated the song. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Is that how I would say that?
Sure.
Precipitated. Like it rained on. No, I don't fucking know. But yeah, Stu sort of sparked the idea for this in me. Pardon the pun. Because he sparked a heater.
Cigarettes and gasoline. Two great smells that go great together.
Wait, you think he was drinking gasoline?
I don't know. I was just saying.
He was drinking a beer.
Those are my two favorite smells.
Oh, gasoline does smell quite good.
And so do cigarettes.
There's nothing better than reversing in a boat.
I've never been really a smoker, but I love the smell of a cigarette.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, I think it's my grandma smoked like a chimney.
So you're having like an oral nostalgia.
Yeah, my parents.
Oral.
Oral.
Yeah.
No,
not oral. Not like you're putting it in your mouth.
Nasal.
Like you're oral.
Snorzle. My mom would drop me off, me and my brother, at my grandma's house at her apartment in Oakland, California. And we would go in that apartment, and there would be a good 3-foot thick cloud of smoke just hanging from the ceiling. And she'd be sitting at her kitchen table with the little radio on the table, blasting, chain smoking cigarettes, doing crossword puzzles. And
I knew she'd be doing something like crossword
it.
puzzles or solitaire, you know?
Yep.
I was thinking solitaire, but...
Yeah. God, it was so much fun.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So yeah, that's I'm a big fan of the smell of a cigarette.
Which is interesting because part of the Canadian government sort of classifies a addiction to nicotine in part as a tolerance to the smell and taste of burning tobacco.
Oh, okay. UK Commission recently recommended raising the legal smoking age each year until essentially it's illegal.
Yeah, there was something about that in Canada as well, where it's like wouldn't help anyone our age quit smoking because we'd be grandfathered in, but it was like I think the idea was that if you were born after a certain year, you were never eligible to purchase
so that
tobacco
was
products.
basically the deal. Like if you're if you turn 18 today, you can buy cigarettes. But if you turned 18 tomorrow, you couldn't buy cigarettes or whatever. And then when you're like the next year, the age is 19. So all the people who were legal when it was 18 can still smoke, but nobody new can smoke.
I mean, I love the idea. I just think that like these big fucking companies that like run the tobacco industry have far too much influence and power in relation to the world's governments to ever let it actually happen.
Here's the note that I wrote. I said, nicotine is a lot like guns in that
the lobby groups are powerful.
Big businesses keep it legal even though it kills people. And it shows how horribly corrupt capitalism is.
Now, here is how Australia has combated it quite successfully. Like, I don't know, like I'm talking about an eye test, not an actual statistic that I can quote, but from being there, tobacco products are wildly expensive. Wildly expensive. Yeah. So it's like, people still fucking do it. Nobody starts for the most part. You know, again, it's an eye test. But like you really don't see very many people smoking in Australia. And then on top of that, as some people might not think that this is the sickest thing in the world, but like the more money the government makes in taxes from this fucking thing, the more potholes they can fix and shit like that.
Or, people who can't afford their emergency room visits or their cancer treatment.
Yeah, like it could, if it was allocated correctly, it could be a beneficial thing that it's like, you know what, you're buying something that is, a health risk, bare minimum. If you have to pay more because it's highly taxed, maybe that specific tax stuff could be allocated towards healthcare.
Well, I think the same argument is often made about fossil fuels, right? Tax the shit out of fossil fuels,
and then rebuild the dinosaurs with the money you make.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Do you, you are aware that in Canada, tobacco is extremely expensive compared to the United States.
Yeah, well, that's important to note. Is that I'm not sure that. Canada's got expensive tobacco products for sure. It's been a long time since I've bought a pack of cigarettes, so I don't really know. I assume it's like $20 a pack, but what I think is really notable is that American tobacco prices are
extremely low,
wildly low. Yes. Like I remember I started smoking in the States.
Yeah. Because it's so
Some
cheap.
girl left her purse in our fucking van.
You go to 7-Eleven and they just you buy a Slurpee
cigarettes.
And they're like, here's 6 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah. I first started smoking Camel Blues or Camel Lights, they were called at the time. Mm-hmm. And it was like nothing.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking $4 or $5, maybe even less, depending on where you were. You go to Virginia, just like a couple bucks. And just like, I get how many cigarettes? 20?
Mm-hmm. Canadian packs of cigarettes, too, come like less cigarettes or something.
No.
Or a weirder box.
We have a 25 pack. That's like wide. Mm-hmm. But they also have a regular cigarette, which is smaller.
Yeah.
It's not quite, there's nothing regular about it. If you look at like the international average of cigarette size, it is irregular.
They're little shorties.
Yeah. Stubbies.
Yeah.
They're cute. Now we're just talking about cigarettes.
No, well, but you also famously...
Anyone that's trying to quit cigarettes right now is just going like, oh.
We couldn't be on Twitch right now, actually. Their new rules say that this would be mature content.
It probably is. We should...
No, you also... So this is sort of like... This is famously a I want to quit smoking song.
Yeah.
Right? But you're also the writer of a very famous Hey, Everybody Smoke song.
That's right. Called the Pro-Smoking Cigarette song.
Yeah, how much time in between those two songs?
Lots of it. Pro-Smoking Cigarette song was done when we were touring Kazaya. Mo and I were sort of joking about singing a pro-smoking song when we were in the UK. I referenced the pro-smoking song
in this song.
In this song.
Yeah.
When I say, I wrote a goddamn love song to praise everything I hate, and kids worldwide sang the chorus line, and it sealed my picture's frame. Mm-hmm. It's called rhyming.
It's a near rhyme.
Yes.
That's what that's called, is a near rhyme.
But yeah, what I was trying to express there was my genuine disdain for the pro-smoking song. It's funny. It was like a fun little thing to do. It flies in the face of...
I mean, even the pro-smoking songs, pro-cigarette smoking song at the end is not necessarily all pro-smoking cigarettes, right? That song, much like a lot of the sort of solo-y stuff that you write, may start out one way, and then it usually ends with the narrator having some... Not really an epiphany, but like, hey, I know I said all this stuff, but in reality, this is the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the updated version of it. It used to just... it used to go, oi, 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 up the smokes.
Oh. Can I ask you a question? This comes from the pro cigarette smoking song, but did the lasers hurt?
No, they didn't hurt at all.
Did they work?
And they didn't work at all. So in that song, I referenced that I'm getting laser surgery. Mm-hmm. I paid some guy like a bunch of money to basically poke me with a dull fork. And like when he came into the room, I was like, does this work? And he was like, oh yeah, dude, I use it all the time. And I could smell cigarettes on him. Like it's like you see these things all the time that are like, never smoke again because we're going to put some lasers. They don't do it in your eyes.
No.
Like in the song I said eyes because it was straight up ignorance. Right. I didn't know. They do it like in the tops of your ears and like
it's like
these little
laser acupuncture.
Yeah. Except for I believe there's genuine science towards acupuncture, and this like smoking laser thing is just smoke and lasers. Smoke and mirrors.
Wish it was smoking lasers.
I know. I'm going to start saying that, though. Oh, fuck, man. That's all smoke and lasers.
You misused a phrase.
I constantly do.
Where you talk about you equate cold turkey with the holiday bird.
The frozen, dripping holiday bird, yes.
But in Canada, you don't eat holiday turkeys. You eat holiday gooses. So nobody ever says, I'm quitting cigarettes cold goose.
Well, fuck, some people do up here.
No, they don't.
Yeah? When you say, fuck, man, I'm going to goose it.
No.
You never heard Canadians say, I'm going to fucking goose it?
Pinch somebody's butt.
No, that's when you fucking lay on the gas, pal. You're goosing it.
Oh, I thought. And
I've always thought, like you got those red lights on the back of your car when you're pressing the brakes?
Yeah.
You should have a green light on there when people know you're going to goose it. Oh, fuck, he's goosing it.
So,
lights going fucking red, Oh, fuck, better goose it, pal.
The rainy night in London. In that song.
That's referencing the pro-smoking cigarette song again. That's Mo and I just like in the rain fucking pro-smoking.
Is it London, England, or London, Ontario?
It was London, England, yeah.
It should be London, Ontario.
Well, you know what? Smoked a lot of darts in London, Ontario as well. It's a good place for them.
Did you end up in the hospital?
Yeah. I had like that. This is where it gets a little hyperbolic. Like I don't really I don't really say what was going on. I just like had bronchitis so bad that when we were on tour, I had to go to the hospital in LA. Yeah. And I was singing and smoking and drinking and fucking carrying on. I gave myself like really bad bronchitis. And we were on tour with like The Bled and As Cities Burn? No. What's that band called? Christian metalcore band?
As I Lay Dying?
No. Shoot, they were real nice guys. I was going to say it doesn't matter, but it probably matters. But we were on tour with them, and it was a longer tour. And
there's a band, As Cities Burn.
As Cities Burn. It was As Cities Burn. They're a Christian metalcore band. Great dudes. But because I got confused because of Light This City. That's what fucked me up. Because we were talking to Laura and been talking to Ben. Yeah. But yeah, so I got bronchitis really bad, and we were going down to we were in LA, and we were playing for the first time since we'd been signed in front of Vagrant, and like I was in the van so sick that like I was like almost hallucinating, and our manager at the time took me to the hospital and was just like, man, you fucked up. They gave me just a bunch of medication and a puffer. It cost a lot of money. And started smoking again.
You got a puffer?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys call them?
You not call them puffers?
No, it's an inhaler.
Yeah, it's a little puffer.
Yeah, we don't call it a puffer.
You never hit a puffer?
No.
You wouldn't call it a puffer?
No, we call it an inhaler. We call puffers are like those jackets.
Yeah, we call it a puffer too. We just call everything a fucking puffer that you puff upon. That's puffer.
So, do you blame Jada for convincing you to smoke again after leaving the hospital? Because it was clearly Jada who was like, you should smoke more cigarettes.
Yeah, it was Jada. No, but I loved it. That was her coming back for the first time since Kazaya.
Yeah.
And it was awesome having her. Like, I don't know why we never wrote her apart on Fortress, which, like, there's ample opportunity, like fucking Fladius, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at the fucking face there. The whole record, like, circles around goddess worship and shit like that. It's like, fuck, it would have been perfect.
I made a note. I said, Jada's vocals are very seductive.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And I'm sure purposefully.
I think that's just how it worked out. Like, yeah, it's definitely a part where, you know, she is supposed to sound sort of seductive or like a siren of sorts, you know.
Trying to lure you in.
Yeah, trying to lure me back into those sweet darts, baby.
I probably, if that voice was singing to me, I'd do anything.
Yeah,
I don't have any willpower.
Isn't she something?
Yeah.
She got a hell of a voice. I just love her. Yeah.
Let's see. Did it? I think I got to. Oh, I had another note that just says, I know we like to kid around and stuff, but addiction sucks.
Addiction sucks.
And, like, for being as awesome as our brains are, like human brains.
Yeah, they're pretty shitty sometimes.
Right? Like, really susceptible to being real dumb.
Yeah. Like, I read Alan Carr's book about quitting smoking, and, like, his point was, like, he's like, you know, like, other addictions are something because it's, like, they change your state of mind at times, you know? Like, they fuck you up. It's like, smokes just make you want more smokes. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, they really do. And in that respect, they're so dumb. Like, yeah, you might get, like, a little head rush. You know, if
maybe
you hadn't
the
had one in a while.
few times. Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's a messed up thing, man.
It's wild, and it's wild that, like, they can be legal. We can sell them to fucking kids. Yeah. Like, kids are the ones who start smoking.
Yeah.
There's nobody
in their 40s who's like, you know what? I'm gonna take up cigarettes,
hacking darts.
So I will say, please, if you don't be afraid to reach out for assistance if you have addictions that you want help with, right? Like, there's a lot of stigma for people who reach out for things for mental health related things, addiction related things, and there is no shame, there is no for asking for help, right? Like, I think in our culture, especially with men, like, oh, you just gotta have willpower, dude, suck it up and just, you know, and that's not necessarily the case. And so don't feel like you just got to do it all yourself if you're struggling with addiction. Like,
yeah, unless it's cigarettes, then just, like, shut up and suck it up.
Yeah. Or just
write a song about it. Boo-hoo.
Just
fucking boo-hoo, man. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But it does, like, sometimes I think about it, it's like, like, some people have songs about, like, heroin addiction and stuff like that. I'm just like, man, can't stop fucking sucking down these darts. Shoot.
It's that scene from
Half-Baked. You ever suck a dick for weed? I seen him. Yeah.
All right. I have a game for us.
Fuck yeah.
It's about hair trigger.
Woo!
Which is this game is Elmer Fudd trivia. Because Elmer Fudd's the trigger man. He's trying to kill that rabbit.
Oh, right? That wascally wabbit.
Trigger. What is the name of Elmer Fudd's hunting dog?
Ooh.
Is it? I'll give you choices. I got.
Oh, okay.
It's multiple choice.
Sick.
Dakota, Hector, Larimore, or Willoughby?
Okay, so first of all, I like the name Larimore a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going upstairs to get Cage and start calling her Larimore. Come here, Larimore. But it's not that. It's B.
Hector?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's Larimore.
It is Larimore?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is the etymology of that name?
It says the dog was voiced by Mel Blanc and first appeared in To Duck or Not to Duck in 1943.
Yeah, but where's the name come from?
I don't know.
All right.
In the very earliest appearance of Elmer Fudd, what did he try to shoot Bugs Bunny with? A pistol? A rifle? A camera? Or a shotgun?
Like I thought he always used that gun that, like, it was kind of like a musket, but it, like, you know what I mean? Like it went out like a bell at the end.
Yeah. What is that called?
Closest approximation, I would call it a shotgun, I guess, or a rifle.
It's a camera. In his earliest appearances, Elmer Fudd actually likes wabbits. And
he just wants to take pictures?
He wants to take pictures of him or adopt him as his pet.
No.
Yep.
Hey, I got a question for you. What was the Cookie Monster's name before he tried cookies?
Monster?
Sid.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's real. Like, he was just like a regular dude, regular monster named Sid, and then he tried cookies, and he liked them so much that people now know him as the Cookie Monster. Imagine that was like me in 2006, but they would have called me the Dart Boy.
The Dart Boy. How did Elmer Fudd's appearance change from 1941 to 1942?
I bet he got that hat with the big thing in the brim on it.
No, he was fat?
Oh.
He had a mustache? He was black? Or he had hair?
I bet he had hair.
Oh, he got fat. They made him real fat.
Oh, yeah, I can picture his, like, tubby little belly.
And then people didn't like it, so they switched him back.
Oh.
What's his middle initial? J, T, P, or Q?
Wait. What is his name again?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer P. Fudd.
It's J. Elmer J. Fudd.
Oh, my God. I'm 0 for 3 or 4? How many is this?
You probably haven't gotten any of them right.
I haven't.
What character does Elmer Fudd mentor at Acme Luniversity?
The Wile E. Coyote.
No.
No?
Is it Elma, Elmo, Elmira, or Elmina?
Elmina.
It's Elmira Duff.
No, yeah, Elmira was in this?
On Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh, I love Tiny Toon Adventures, man. I absolutely loved it.
In 2020, Warner Brothers announced that Elmer would no longer have what? A voice, a gun, a speech impediment, or a bald head?
I think it's most probably the gun.
It is the gun. The company announced that Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam would no longer carry guns.
Is Yosemite Sam still like wildly racist, though?
I'm sure, probably. It said, don't worry, there's plenty of dynamite that's going to be used. So there you go.
Looney Tunes just needs to stop, dude.
Yeah. But I also really want to go back and watch, not Tiny Toons, what was the other one? Animaniacs.
Muppet Babies? Oh, yeah. They started making new episodes of that shit.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved the Animaniacs.
You know what? I think that I loved the Animaniacs, but I don't think I ever really watched it.
Really? Like Pinky and the Brain and all that?
Yeah, I did watch it, but I don't think I cared that much.
Yeah, but I wonder if you watch now, like now that you sort of as more of an adult, like you have awareness of like who the Marx Brothers were and who like all the
Bill Clinton,
the references. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that we
maybe it was just over
kids.
my head at the time.
Yeah,
it's not worth going back and seeing stuff, dude.
No.
You go back and watch fucking Thundercats, dude. Ugh, that's so bad. Recently, I watched the first episode of Batman the Animated Series. Maybe people aren't going to like this, but it is not sick like I remembered it. Just leave your memories as memories.
Yeah.
Don't fuck them.
Yeah.
Don't fuck them,
Don't
dude.
watch Mr. Boogedy.
I did watch Mr. Boogedy
terrible.
last Halloween.
It's terrible.
You know what? That one held up.
No, it's terrible.
Really good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that one was good. Yeah.
Jenny and I
was
watched
super
Clueless.
surprising for me.
We watched Clueless the other day.
Yeah, I loved that movie. I remember watching that scene off the top with the baggy pants and being like, "Fuck yeah, dude! That's how I wear my pants. My bum hole sticking out. My pants all jagged. That's how you wear your pants still." Yeah, like the what do you call it? The backs of your jeans are all chewed up because you're stepping on them because they're dragging.
Yeah,
they're sagging.
100%. I can't keep them up, no matter how hard I try. Just doesn't feel natural, dude. It doesn't. It feels weird.
And you know what? I'll sort of live like that the rest of my life too. Like that era of fucking wearing your pants sort of around your hips. So it's just like lived in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all stop progressing once we hit like a certain point in our like early 20s where like style stops, like music stops.
Yeah.
Like
once your dick stops growing, so do you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your nose and your ears?
Yeah, what's that about?
Never stop growing.
What's that about?
And it's only men.
Wait, women's noses and ears don't keep growing forever?
No, they're stop.
How come?
And when you die, your dick turns black. Yeah, you finally get that black dick that you've always wanted. Is that wrong to say?
I really do want it.
My sister has like she's a physiotherapist.
Be careful how you're telling this story now.
Well, no, she had a textbook she's learning about anatomy, and she was like, "Hey, you know, like the pictures in that book are all corpses, so like, don't do it; it'll change you." And I was just like, "No, I'll be fine. It's okay. I'm not a doll. Why is there crotches? What happened to their privates?" Because it happens to women as well.
Everything turns black. I've seen a dead body.
Yeah?
Like, open.
Did you go along the train tracks with all your buddies to find it?
No.
And Kiefer Sutherland might have beat you up a little bit?
My biology class in high school went to the
city morgue.
It was like to the like the medical school.
Yeah.
And they just were like, "Hey, everybody, gather around this table. Now I'm going to lift this flap open, and we're going to pull out this guy's liver."
Oh, my fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked, dude.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. I've seen way too much of a human's insides.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit.
My sister went to the city morgue one time when she was in high school. I guess she thought it was pretty cool because she wanted to continue seeing dead bodies. She loves the Misfits, too. That's not true. She doesn't like the Misfits. I do.
You do. I do.
And even though they fucking suck and are terrible, I just can't.
You just can't not listen to them anymore?
Yeah.
You just can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Misfits, yo.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is that it?
That's
Like
it.
we don't have anything else about the song. Let me think about. You know what? There's. I listened to it today,
Yeah.
and at the very end, there's like a reversed. Someone's saying something reversed.
Is there?
Did you hear that? It's gonna rip up
What is that?
I'm not sure if I should say.
Oh.
It's not
real
bad. No.
No, it's real bad.
I just, we never put it out there as public information
Don't
anymore.
say it then. If there's a way for anybody to flip a thing, don't tell. But now everybody's going to go out and try and listen to it backwards.
It's funny as hell, dude.
I'm going to try and listen to it backwards. I don't know.
I think it's after that song. I could be wrong, but yeah. There's like a reversed... It's Luke, and he's saying something. He's saying something fucking hilarious.
Well, we're definitely going to have to go look for it.
It's really funny.
I bet people
wish
know.
I could just say.
I bet people know, right? There are people that know.
I really don't think so.
You don't?
I really don't
you
think
don't
there
think
are.
anybody went, what is he saying there? I better play it backwards.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows.
Okay.
And I think even if you played it backwards, it's all like reverberated and shit. Like I think we really tried to hide it. But I know what it says.
I
so
have
does Luke.
software that will remove reverb.
I'd love to see you try.
Okay. I'm going to.
Can we try?
I'm
And then
try.
next week when we come back, I'd love to hear what you think it is.
Okay.
And also, I could be wrong, and it could be after a different song.
Well, I'll find it. But
I think it's Hair Trigger. I'm pretty sure it's Hair Trigger goes. I feel like that was a pretty good impersonation of backwards speaking. And I would like if someone on the internet could take what I just said
and reverse it,
make it backwards, and see if I'm saying anything.
I can do it.
Okay. So you got 2 missions for next week.
Yeah.
It's to first of all see if
make
what
the
you
Luke
think
thing
Hair
go
Trigger
forward
says,
and make the Rody thing go backward.
and just have a see if I'm saying anything. Maybe I was.
Maybe you were. Maybe you were saying.
Maybe
you were saying something real bad.
Oh, I hope not. I sure hope not.
Oh, dude. I hope you eat shit and go fuck yourself.
I was fake laughing at the end.
No, you weren't.
I was trying to go as long as I could.
No, you weren't.
I'm Fritzy.
And I'm Cheese.
For Podcast the Hero, we're saying, fuck you! Fuck you, man!